Hi everyone. Today we will comment our series on knowing your targets. We have 169 targets for the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and we will be looking at the targets #SDG targets #SDG targets. So for goal 1 we have 7 targets. Goal 1 has what? 7 targets. Okay, so Goal 1, the first target is by 2030, eradicate extreme poverty for all people everywhere. Currently measured as people living in less than $1.25 a day. That is the first target. The second target is by 2030, reduce at least by half the proportion of men, women, and children of all ages living in poverty in all its dimensions according to national definitions. These are why countries are working on poverty strategies, anti-poverty strategies. Then we have the third target. The third target is implement nationally appropriate social protection systems and measures for all, including flaws, and by 2030 achieve substantial coverage of the poor and vulnerable. That is the third target. Then we have the fourth target. By 2030, ensure that all men and women, in particular the poor and the vulnerable, have equal rights to economic resources, as well as access to basic services, ownership and control over land and other forms of property, inheritance, natural resources, appropriate new technology, and financial services, including such financial services as microfinance. Now we go to the fifth target. For the fifth target, it is by 2030, build the resilience of the poor and those in vulnerable situations, and reduce the exposure and vulnerability to climate-related extreme events and other economic, social, and environmental shocks and disasters. Now we have the sixth one. I always call it the 1.A. It goes, ensure significant mobilization of resources from a variety of sources, including through enhanced development cooperation, in order to provide adequate and predictable means for developing countries, in particular, the LDCs, so as to implement program and policies to end poverty in all its dimensions. Now, finally, which is the seventh goal, the seventh target we're going to be looking at now for goal 1 is this: create sound policies framework at the national, regional, and international levels based on pro-poor and gender-sensitive development strategies to support accelerated investment in poverty eradication actions. These are the 7 targets to use in addressing goal 1, and goal 1 is ending poverty in all its forms everywhere. Countries are to identify the priority targets. Countries are to identify their priority needs and seek ways to utilize these targets as a framework to addressing the challenges they face in poverty eradication. Till I come your way again in the next series, it is goodbye. Visit again www.club17africa.org, and remember your hashtag when you get to think about your targets. #SDG targets. Bye.